Liam Neeson is back once more in an action thriller role, which after everyone has seen Taken know that he can do really, really well. And does it do it well again in this film? Yes, he does. This film, Non-Stop, is all about Liam Neeson. He plays Bill Marks, who's an air marshal who hates flying. Good job there, writers. He's really depressed and he's become an alcoholic after he's suffered this personal loss. His daughter died of cancer, so he's like really, really depressed. So one day he gets on this plane because he's a federal air marshal of this flight. It's from New York to London, and basically in the middle of the night he gets all these text messages saying that a passenger will die every 20 minutes unless $150 million is transferred to the secret account. Now the assailant, or the hijacker, terrorist, killer, whatever you want to call him, the person who's sending all the text messages, the bad guy, says he's a passenger on the plane, and basically it's a whodunit film, so you start making guesses. Is it him? Is it her? Is it him? Her? Him? Her? Her? Him? Her? And I love films like this which make you start asking questions. And in this film I was asking a shit ton of questions, like, well, why did that happen? Why did that happen? How'd that happen? Who's he? Who? Her? Did he do it? Did he do it? Did she do it? Who? That? Him? Her? I was asking loads of these questions. At the end it all comes to this big conclusion, which I was like, whoa. It did have me on the edge of my seat. The ending, it was very, very intense. The whole film's intense, apart from the beginning, of course, because it's really slow. It's just Liam Neeson walking through the airport and all of these frigging out of field of view shots, and everything's all blurry because he's had a bit of a drink and stuff. But this film overall I thought was very good. Liam Neeson's back in his best role. What did I say? Well, he's back in his best role in the film of when he was Taken. In the first Taken, he kicked ass in that film, but in this film, he doesn't kick as much ass, but he kicks ass in this film. He kicks more ass than he does in Taken 2. What is it? Yeah, sort of, to a degree. Anyway, people are saying, oh, this film, is it like Taken? Is it better than Taken? I'm going to tell you that I think Non-Stop is not better than Taken 1, but I think it is better than Taken 2. Because obviously everyone thinks Taken 2 is not as good as the first Taken, because Taken 2 are more cinema-y than the first Taken one. And but this film, yeah, it is cinema-y. You can tell it was made specifically for the cinema to get the audiences in and see Liam Neeson kick ass in this film. But I think for this film that was a good thing. This film does kick ass when it does. It's not as occasionally as the trailer makes it out to be, but it does build up, and when things punches start getting thrown, shots get fired, you are like, awesome, I love that shit. Yeah, so Liam Neeson's back in this film. There were some bits where I like, okay, it's a little bit cheesy. The dialogue, specifically at the end, were a bit cheesy. But throughout the entire film, I was hooked with this film because it just got me asking questions like, who did it, that, him, her, how did that happen? And I couldn't wait to find out who the killer was, even though the film gave us lots of different clues who it might be. But in the end, when I found out who the killer was, I was like, oh, didn't expect that. I'm not going to tell you what it is, obviously, because it's spoilers. And anyway, if you're a fan of Taken 2, or if you're a fan of anything Liam Neeson's in, you will like this film, I hope. Now, this film so far has got mixed reviews. It's currently got, well, last time I looked, had a 56% on Rotten Tomatoes, or if you go into Top Critics, it was a 61%, which is a fresh, which I consider to be good. But I am not going to be harsh on this film whatsoever. I give Non-Stop 4 stars, and I'll say it's worth watching at your local cinema. Now, I want to know, Non-Stop, have you seen it, or what did you think about it? Tell me in comments below, and I want you to tell me what is your favourite Liam Neeson film, or what is your favourite film about planes, and Disney Pixar's Planes does not count. So, cheers for watching. I'll get more reviews to you as soon as I possibly can.